All right, hello wine drinking people. Time for more of what I've had to drink yesterday and a visit from Vintage 59. And man, the 59 Lafite was so wonderful last week at our Lafite tasting. Man, I want to name my company 59. If I've got a classic vintage, man, that is it. And Deborah Lewis, really knowledgeable youth sales manager for this company. They've got a lot of neat stuff in this portfolio. One of my favorite champagne houses, Jacquesson. We started our tasting with the Cuvée 735, and I love this champagne house. This is one of the first, if not the only champagne houses to put all the pertinent information on the back label. This is considered a non-vintage Brut champagne. They do a different cuvee, first of all, every time they change vintage, or most people have a different lot. They change the number on the bottle. This is 733 here. We had 735 at our tasting, and all the information is right on the back label there. It says it's predominantly 2007 vintage. Gives you the villages where the grapes come from, the cépage, in this case 47% Chard, 33 Pinot Noir, and 20 Pinot Meunier. It's bottled without filtration, disgorged in March of 2012. The dosage is on there, 3.5 grams per liter, and then it goes through 100% malolactic. Bravo, Jacquesson. I have to say, these are some important things for us champagne lovers to know. Every lot is different, and it's nice to know this is coming from a very good vintage, 2007. Anyways, this wine's got a very rich bouquet, almonds, nutty, kind of biscuity notes of the quince and apple fruit here. A low dosage here, so you get that lovely bright lemon zest, and a good hint of minerality here, you notice on the nose as well. Bright and fresh on the palate with a smooth, creamy mousse, lemon zest and nutty, kind of biscuity aroma showing on the finish, along with a good hand of minerality. This wine is excellent. $74. All right, the Domaine Antugnac Chardonnay, Haute Vallée de l'Aude, and this is just south of Carcassonne in the Pyrenees and Languedoc. Very strong bouquet of lemon, citrus, and green apple, kind of distinct mineral notes. A little white peppery spice note too, similar to Macon maybe, but really short and pleasant finish. But a nice balanced wine and a very bright style of Chardonnay leaves the tongue salivating for food. A very good wine for $14.75. All right, Matthias and Emile, Roblanche Sancerre Origine. This wine is awesome little wine, man. 2010, a great vintage for the Loire Valley. All estate group fruit. They have 30 hectares of Sauvignon Blanc here in the estate on chalky soils, kind of similar to what they have in Chablis. Really lovely aromatics in this wine. You really notice the marine fossils on the nose, that focused lime, citrus, pretty white flowers, kind of green melon fruit to the bouquet. And again, that those ancient oceanic remains really give that mineral-driven note to the nose. Bright and focused on the palate with that zesty lime citrus showing there. A nice richness, kind of creamy texture, and layers of that minerality and zesty citrus coming through on the finish. Excellent juice at $30. La Cloiserie de Lys Pinot Noir. This is also from that area outside of Antugnac, outside of Carcassonne, and sees 50% barrels for 3 months. This is a light Pinot Noir, but still you recognize the varietal distinction of this wine, like that light black raspberry fruit, a hint of animal, some fresh herb here. Very light but pretty, and light and silky on the tongue with that distinct minerality showing through at the end. Light tan is a short but pleasant finish. A good wine for $17. And then the Domaine de Pavillon Les Chavans, Côte de Brouilly, Chavannes. Sorry, I failed French class in high school and in college. This is one of the Beaujolais' smallest appellations, and this property has got 12 acres here. These are the best parcels. A really fresh and fruity wine, this 2011 vintage, really ripened in your face, cherry, berry, fruit, and note of raw steak kind of on here. A bright and fresh wine on the palate with fine tannins, that raw steak kind of mineral note showing, along with a little floral highlight on the finish. Very good stuff at $22. All right, Chateau Coupe Roses, Minervois, La Bastide. This is a domain that started in the 1980s. Francois Calvet wanted to make his wine from his own vineyards instead of selling the fruit, which a lot of people did that. And then in the 80s, people realized, well, we can make some great wine from this as well. And this is a 50-50 Grenache and Carignan blend, all done in tanks. So you notice that lovely freshness of this wine, fresh fruit, and some of that garrigue that the area is so well known for. A good amount of complexity in this wine for a wine without oak. Bastide is what they call a walled town in this area, so a lot of walls put around the towns to protect themselves from crusaders and all kinds of other stuff in the Middle Ages here. But this is a really nice amount of dried floral, kind of rustic character to this wine. Some dark plum and black raspberry fruit, really distinct bouquet here. That garrigue and floral note showing through to the end. Oh, a bright and fresh wine, a nice zest to this wine. A very good little bottle for $15. Wow. Chateau Haut Montplaisir from Cahors. This actually has the varietal Malbec on the label, which I love to see. We like it when the French people give us information like the grape varietal that the wine is made out of. And Malbec has become so popular, the French can ignore us no more. They're putting it on the Cahors wines because, hey, this is the birthplace of Malbec, supposedly, and it's being ignored by the Malbec lovers because it does not have Malbec on the label. Oh, hey, now it does. 100% varietal, all organic, unfined, and unfiltered. Kathy inherited this domain from her father. Kathy and her husband, Daniel Fournier, run the property. So all tank fermented cuvee. This is a lot of gravel and a very high elevation in Cahors on this property. It's got a lovely, rich blackberry, blueberry fruit on the nose. Really fresh with the lovely violet floral notes, really forward and inviting. Good amount of that blackberry kind of jammy fruits on the palate, but lovely freshness. That's what you get from the altitude there, and pretty floral notes coming through on the finish. A very good example of Malbec from Cahors for $20. And then a little champagne to finish things off. We had champagne to start and champagne to finish. This is the Barneau Blanc de Noir Grand Cru, and 100% from Boozy, 100% Pinot Noir. They've got 30 acres that are all Grand Cru they farm here. Vinification is in stainless steel, and it's a Solera-style champagne. I have never heard of this before. What they do is they take 50% of this vintage, it's 2009 vintage, and then the rest of the vintage goes into a steel tank that has every other vintage they've ever made in it. It's the oddest thing I've ever heard of in the champagne business, but the champagne is really nice. Let me tell you, very unique style production for champagne. Very nuanced bouquet, kind of almond and hazelnut aromas, fresh dough, kind of a bit of honey to the green apple and pear fruit. Really masculine style of champagne, very rich and nuanced, the bouquet here, and really rich and well endowed on the palates. Plum and peach-like fruits. It's a little bit more dosage than that Jacquesson had, and a mineral lace finish, really smooth and creamy mousse. Excellent juice at $52, and that's what I had to drink with the folks from Vintage 59. I'm your host, Andrew Lamposoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying, remember, always drink the good stuff first.